Good morning from the Blue Eagle Gym, volleyball fans. We're here in the Ateneo campus for day 10 of the UAAP Season 88 Girls Volleyball Tournament. Aleo de Bosoria and Anya Calio, they'll be the protagonists of our first game or our second game here in the girls division. Second of four games. Earlier, it was the UST Junior Golden Tigresses winning over De La Salle Zobel. Later on, we'll have the UE Junior Lady Warriors and NUNS Lady Bullpups. Then ending the day will be Ateneo and Adamson. But for our game at hand, it'll be the UPIS Fighting Maroons taking on the FEU Junior Lady Tamaraos. Good morning again, Migs Flores, bringing you the game on the Pilipinas Live app. What should be a good one between two teams, close in the standings. FEU Diliman, as you can see, fighting for their lives in the Final Four. Right there at the fourth spot, right next to UST and De La Salle Isabel, hot on their heels. UPIS have a fighting chance of making it to the Final Four, making a historic run to the Final Four, but they'll need to score a few upsets along the way. Starting today with an FEU team that has had a lot of tools, a lot of really good players emerging for them. You saw earlier the reigning best opposite spiker of the league in Alea de Bosora. They have so many more other players stepping up for them. So that's going to be a lot on the plate. One of the veterans for UPIS on your screens is Nina Abad. She's been their top scorer, their go-to girl for most of these games, especially in the wins they've scored against Ateneo and UE. But for UPIS, the goal is to try and score a win against other teams. And speaking of great players, MJ Udiagbala in her first year as a Lady Baby Tamarao has been exceptional. Coming off light work in their last game against Ateneo, only had 9 points. But today, she's gonna be needed to fend off a UPIS team that has been scary and has done a lot of improvement under Coach Jarod Hubalde. We'll see what Coach Joan Bunag and her squad will have. When we return, we'll have the starters between FEU Diliman and UPIS.
Let us now meet the starters for both teams. First, for the University of the Philippines Integrated School Junior Fighting Maroons. Let's start with our opposite hitter, number 3, Liza Perez. Outside hitter, number 8, Elijah Capus. Outside hitter, number 11, Nina Abad. Setter, number 13, Riza Canonizado. Milwaukee and her team captain at number 15, Anya Calio. Milwaukee number 17, Natalie Cuervo. Starting libero at number 1, Yen Taoy. Head coach of the Junior Fighting Maroons, Jaro Dubalde. Now let's meet the starters of the Far Eastern University Diliman Lady Baby Tamaraos. Let's start with our outside hitter, number 1, Alia Devozora. Setter, number 9, Chabalandra. Milwaukee and their team captain at number 11, Kathleen Umal. Opposite hitter, number 15, MJ Udiagbala. Outside hitter, number 19, Claire Bongo. Milwaukee, number 20, Aliyah Ona. Starting libero at number 24, Dean Paragas. Head coach of the Lady Baby Tamaraos, Joan Bunag. It's the Junior Fighting Maroons
Coach
versus
Jarod
the
Hubalde and the Fighting Maroons are going with Anya Calio, Nina Abad, Riza Canonizado, Liza Perez, Elijah Capos, and Natalie Cuervo as their starting six, along with Yen Taoy at Libero. The Diliman Lady Baby Tamaraos are going with Udiagbala, Ona, Alea de Bosora, uh, Claire Bongo, Claire Umal, and Balandra. That's Charlene Balandra, their setter, along with Kirsten Paragas at Libero. So again, welcome to our second game in the girls division today. UPIS facing FEU Diliman. Lady Baby Tamaraos trying to stay in play for a Final Four spot, currently locked in that murky middle. UPIS still also in that murky middle, but again, needing a win, a big one over teams that they don't normally beat in the UAAP. So it'll be Canonizado starting us off with the serve. Balandra will backset. Devosora tips it over. Fighting Maroons will send back a chance ball. Balandra sets to the outside. Udiag Bala puts some power behind it for the Lady Baby Tamarao's first point. They're coming off a 3-set win over UE. This was last week, November 4th. The Devosora with an ace. Alea Devosora had a game this year. She had double-digit aces. Definitely a dangerous server, giving the Lady Baby Tamaraos a 2-0 lead. Here's Alea once again. Taui with a better pass, but it's straight into the hands of the Lady Baby Tamaraos. Quick 3-0 run to start the game. Not an ideal start for the Fighting Maroons. Basoro with another sharp one to Taui. This time a better pass. Chance ball still for FEU, but the set goes awry. And the net touch spotted by our second referee, Kim Yadao, on a Fighting Maroon. So that leaves UPIS still scoreless to start this one. Talia de Basora gonna be serving for a fourth consecutive time. The bump, Perez will have to send it over again. Balandra sets the combination, and this time a net touch spotted on a Lady Baby Tamarao. So Fighting Maroons on the board. Here's the lady we talked about earlier, Nina Abad. She's been the main scorer, the top gunner for the Fighting Maroons this season. Balandra, back set to Udeag Bala, right over the blockers. MJ Udeag Bala has been dangerous this season. 5-2 lead. This is Aliyah Ona serving for FEU and right on the line. Fighting Maroons let that one go a little too early. So that will mean an ace. 6-2 now, the score. And that's an error. Now, it'll be UPIS captain, Anya Calio, getting ready to serve for the Fighting Maroons. Great pass from Devosora. Balandra sets the middle. And there was a scratch at the net from Kathleen Umal. Towering middle blocker for FEU Diliman. Just got a little too friendly with the net there. 6-4 now the score. Calio still targeting Devosora. They go to the outside. And the hit goes through for the Lady Baby Tamaraos. That's player Bongo. Converting the hit. Bongo did not make or wasn't in the FEU lineup in their win over Ateneo. Today getting the start. Now here's MJ Udiegbala with this big jump serve. Taui, great pass. They go to the outside. And that's going to be a conversion from Alicia Capus. rolling it over to the open spot of the FEU court. 7-5 score. This is Ligia Perez targeting Paragas. And quick hit works this time for Claire Umal. Or excuse me, Kathleen Umal. And we'll have a timeout from UPIS. Welcome back. Lady Baby Tamaraos ahead by 4, 8-4. Back row hit from Abad, picked up by FEU. Udiegbala sends it back. Great dig from Abad. Kapus, who was way outside of the antenna. That's going to be an error for the Fighting Maroons. Quick start for FEU Diliman, now up by 5. Claire Bongo will serve. That went right over the UPIS servers for a service error. Now here's Alicia Capus, outside hitter for the Fighting Maroons. Malandra will set the outside. That's going to be a point for Devosora. Baby Tamaraos have been doing a really good job converting when they're receiving, getting quick side outs, earning points. But this time it's Kathleen Umal giving away another service error, a couple of back-to-back service errors for FEU. A few breaks here for UPIS. Can they capitalize? Serve goes to Devosora. They go to the middle. It's sent back. A block from Nina Abad. First block point of the game for UPIS, for either team actually. As Cuervo will serve short here. Catches FEU off guard. A chance for UP. As Nina Abad asking for a touch. She won't get it. It's an FEU point. And Nina Capos there, insisting that her teammate got a touch there. But our first referee, Daniel Gian, disagrees. 4-point lead for FEU. Capos on the reception. Abad denied by MJ Udiegbala. The lead grows for FEU. Now it's at 5. Great serve from Balandra. Calio with a bit of a swipe, a power tip right to the open spot. Quick thinking from UPIS gets them their 7th point, or their 8th point. Riza Colonizado will be back to serve for FEU, and a service error. Now the score is 13-8. You see Coach Joanne Bunag in her second season as head coach of the FEU girls team. Here are the Lady Baby Tamaraos. The back set to Udiegbala. A bullet from the freshman Lady Baby Tamarao. 14-8 now the score. FEU continuing to cruise here, a comfortable 6-point lead. The Busora targeting Taui. That's her second ace of the game. The Busora serve comes at you quick. It's sharp, it's low, and it's fast. You have to be mentally ready for it. This one a bit more of a high looper. Almost catching UPIS off guard, and a block for Udi Igbala. That's what good serving does for you. It helps you set up the blocking much easier when your opponent is out of system. Now an 8-point FEU lead. That was another misreception, a chance for FEU. Here's the combination, but the set a little too low for Bongo to finish off. So UPIS able to stop the bleeding. Now this is Nina Abad up to serve for the Fighting Maroons. The back set, Udi Igbala gets another shot at it, and she converts. She's been deadly efficient here in the first set. And it looks like Coach Jarod Hobalde will burn his final timeout of set number 1. Here, the Baby Tamaraws cruising to an 8-point lead. 17-9. Serving for FEU Diliman still is Aliyah Ona. I wonder if she's related to their men's basketball player, Miguel Ona. We'll have to ask that from the FEU officials. They're up by 8 here. As Perez didn't get the ideal set, couldn't improvise there. And it results in an error, a 9-point FEU lead. We'll see if the Fighting Maroons can claw their way back. Great serve from Ona. And it results in a regalo. Creating an easy point for her teammate Claire Bongo, who was ready at the net. And Coach Jarod Hobalde here will make a quick substitution. In for the first time today is Vin Lagradilla at opposite spiker. Now here's Ona. Targeting Taui. Canonizado bumps it to Capus. That one, a high looping shot, too strong. So the run continues for FEU Diliman. 29 advantage for the girls whose campus is way up north. At least north of Metro Manila. A beautiful campus from nestled in between a village is FEU Diliman. Great reception from Abad, and a block though. Udi Igbala, her second block point of the set. Absolutely dominating. And we'll get a substitution here as Canonizado will be replaced by the backup setter. This is Martina Mabutol. And Udi Igbala will also come out. FEU Diliman will have Ayumi also coming in for the first time today. Had 11 points in their win over Ateneo. A service error from Ona. May have been a little distracted. Game may have been frozen by the breaks in action in between those substitutions. Now we'll have Anya Calio up to serve for the Fighting Maroons, the team captain. And an ace from Anya Calio. Calio serves, as you can see, she likes to put plenty of angle on those. So if you're not ready to slide over, Anya will catch you off guard. Here's Calio again. This time she leaves it short. Lady Baby Tamaraos 3 points away from taking set number 1. Now here's Oso serving right on the line. Make that 4 aces in this set for the Lady Baby Tamaraos. Ayumi also here, continuing to serve. The setup to the outside, Kapus using 2 hands. A chance for FEU. To the outside they go. Great dig from Taui, but right into the waiting hands of a Lady Baby Tamarao. And that's Alia or Claire Bongo converting for FEU Diliman, putting them at set point. Up by 13, a huge lead for the Lady Baby Tamaraos. Bad pops it up. Kapus, one blocker to beat, but she sends it outside. So Fighting Maroons having trouble establishing their offense. On the other hand, Lady Baby Tamaraos churning, absolutely being clinical with their play. We'll head to the second set after FEU Diliman took set 1 quite convincingly, 25-11. As you can see, FEU Diliman just thoroughly out executing UPIS in set number 1. More attacks, blocks, and aces. Meanwhile, UPIS only able to score off 2 attacks in that opening set. We'll welcome you to set number 2. We'll see what the Fighting Maroons have in store here. FEU Diliman, it looks like they'll have several bench players come in now to start the second set. Again, thank you for joining us this morning, this afternoon, in on the Pilipinas Live app in the UAAP Girls Volleyball Tournament. As UPIS gives up an error to start set number 2. Served from Emil Givani. They set it up to the outside, and Alexa Amana puts it away. DDB Tamaraos off to the races again. Quick 2-0 lead with Emil Nahala Givani up to serve. Looks like UPIS will give up another chance ball here. Where do the Lady Baby Tamaraos go? A combination for Udi Igbala. It's defended. MJ with the second jump, reaching for that one. Udi Igbala showing off the athleticism, the wingspan. And as you can hear, right behind the UPIS bench, the FEU boys team cheering on their girls' counterparts. Raucous environment here in the Blue Eagle Gym. Amana gets sent back. A chance for UPIS here. Nina Abad will tip it outside. And trying to play it off the hands of the blockers. But it winds up in an FEU point. 4-0 lead now for the Lady Baby Tamaraos. Now here's Givani. Continuing to serve. And she'll get an ace. 5 aces now for FEU in this match. Coach Jarod Hubalde will burn his first timeout quickly here in set number 2. Just like the first set, FEU Diliman have carved out a quick lead here. UPIS still struggling to find their first point of set number 2. Giovanni, another short serve. An ace for FEU Diliman. Second consecutive ace for Giovanni. That's Emil Nahala Giovanni. This time it's Capos who picks it up. A chance ball again. Giovanni will set to the middle, and it converts. That's Jane Loreno scoring her first point of the match. Coming off the bench, didn't see action in set number one. And the only starter in the game now for FEU Diliman is Udiek Bala. Other than that, it's mostly bench players. A tip from Calio, spotted well by the FEU Libero. Udiek Bala with a tip and misjudged the line. You saw her confusion there. So that's going to be the first point for UPIS in set number two. Can they build off it? As Riza Colonizado will come back to the service line. Great pass from Premailon. UPIS hustling, and that's going to be a UPIS point. Looks like Lejane Loreno just misjudged the joust and went straight back to her instead of going over to the UPIS side. So Canonizado will serve again. A couple of errors for FEU Diliman to start this one. Udiek Bala swooping in. Too strong on the hit. A rare error for Udiek Bala, though she has two already here in set number two. So a quick 4-point or a quick 3-0 run for UPIS, all off FEU miscues. Better pass here. Udiek Bala will get a swing right on the corner. Udiek Bala having no problem going over the UPIS blockers, opening up easy opportunities for them. Now here's Alexa Amana coming to serve. Targeting Tauy. Perez will get a swing. She sends it out. You saw she had to adjust to that set. Not the ideal situation for her. Fighting Maroons have to do a better job passing here so they can execute their offense cleanly. Amana with a sharp serve, though. 3 aces for FEU in set number two. Make that 7 total for the Lady Baby Tamaraws in this one. Alexa Amana coming off the bench had 12 in their win over UE. This time, a little too ambitious there. Too sharp on the serve. Point goes to UPIS. Fighting Maroons here, all their points have come off FEU errors. We'll see if they can get something off their own skill here. Right as I say that, Nina Abad collects an ace. Second ace of the game for UPIS, the first of the game for Abad. Abad sends that one out. Six-point lead for FEU with Glejane Loreno serving. Jump serve, passed well by Abad. Perez, that one a little too short on the attack. Speaking of short, an error for Diosa Andrea Perez. So, UPIS now within 5 of FEU Diliman. Lady Baby Tamaraws, the bench unit here, struggling a little with their attacking. Udiek Bala will send it over. The bump, way too strong. Canonizado, I don't think she had that one measured. The bump going straight to the first referee's perch. 6-12 lead for MJ Udiek Bala and the Lady Baby Tamaraws. Sharp serve for MJ. Will it be an ace? Yes, it will. Aces piling up now for the Lady Baby Tamaraos, and Coach Jarod Hubalde will call his second and final timeout of set 2. MJ Udeagbala and the Lady Baby Tamaraos have been cruising here. Convincing win in set number 1, a 7-point lead here in set number 2, 13-6, make it 14-6. Back-to-back aces for the first year Lady Baby Tamarao. 8-point lead for FEU. Fires another one. 3 straight aces off that fireball from MJ Udeagbala. UAAP girls volleyball has come a long way. There was a time you wouldn't see anyone do jump serves. Now, pretty much every team has at least one. But as I say that, Udeagbala sends that one straight to the net. That's an okay thing to do if you're Joan Bunag. You gave me 3 straight errors or 3 straight aces. Don't take a service error. Those come few and far in between, especially in this game. As a 1-2 play for FEU setter Emil Givani. Now here's Diosa Perez. Here's the bump. That one will be sent way out. 10-point lead. What a name for this lady. Diosa Andrea Perez. And targeting Elisha Capus, who swoops in. Too strong on the hit though. 18-7 score. It looks like FEU will have a substitution here. Udeagbala will take a breather. And it's a new player coming in here for FEU. That one served straight to the net. By Perez. Now for FEU, it's Elisha Capus on the serve. Picked up by the libero. Here's Amana. She'll score. That brings up FEU's Bernardine Boston. Also just checked into this one. As that will be a point for UPIS. They stopped the bleeding. Still down by 10 points. It looks like we'll have a service specialist coming here for Natalie Cuervo. This is Samantha Montez coming in here to serve. Her team down by 10 points. The set to Amana, who had to tip it over. Canonizado goes to the middle and a block. That's Glejane Loreño. Sealing the net, securing that block. 29 lead. Or 20-9 lead, for FEU. Sharp serve again from Givani. So Emil Givani, the backup setter for FEU Diliman, doing a terrific job here. Already scoring a few aces. Also doing a pretty good job setting up her teammates. A comfortable 12-point cushion now for FEU Diliman. Zamana able to deny the Fighting Maroons a 13-point lead. UPIS just haven't been able to get into a rhythm offensively. Nothing much going well for them here throughout set 1 and 2. Escalio will bump it to Abad. That one goes through. Still, FPU will counterattack. Amana spots that one in the corner. 23-9. As we'll have a substitution here. Canonizado will check back out. UP's backup setter, Martina Mabudol, will check back in. Mabutol, I mean. With Givani still serving here for FEU. And an ace. She's been on a tear in this match. A 15-point FEU lead. Match point or set point for Givani. Service error for Emil. So Fighting Maroons will have a chance here to keep extending the set. They'll have to do it off their serve. Their setter, Martina Mabutol, will come in here to serve again. The back set and the conversion from Jeddah Samaniego, who checked in late in set number 2, puts the finishing touches on another dominant win from FEU Diliman in set number 2. We'll return with set number 3, the Lady Baby Tamaraos having all the momentum. Just like the first set, UPIS just haven't been able to score a lot of points of their own skills. More errors than points of their own attacks, blocks, or aces. On the other side, Lady Baby Tamaraos continue to feast. 7 aces, 8 attacks, and a couple of blocks for the Lady Baby Tamaraos. Coach Joan Bunag has also been able to deploy most of her bench unit. We'll see if that trend continues here in set number 3. Of course, Joan Bunag should be a familiar name if you're an avid volleyball fan. Army legend and FEU alumni. There's MJ Udiagbala. 13 points for her. Had a run of 3 straight aces in set number 2 to propel her. Just terrific outing for her. They didn't even play towards the end of set number 2. Nina Abad, per usual again, the one doing damage for UPIS today. As we welcome you to set number 3. Will the UPIS Fighting Maroons find their rhythm, or will FEU Diliman continue to dominate? Nigs Flores bringing you the game again on the Pilipinas Live app. I want to thank you for spending your Sunday here with us on the volleyball tournament. I mean, you're here at the Blue Eagle Gym. Boys and girls games happening concurrently and simultaneously. As here's the swing, almost a score for FEU Diliman to start this one. A pileup of Lady Maroons on one side of the court. FEU won't be able to capitalize. Great dig from Capus. Abad will tip it over. And that's going to be a point for UPIS. Looks like some starters and bench players coming in here for Coach Joan Bunag. On the other side, UPIS staying with their starting rotation. Canonizado will serve now. Balandra to the outside. A tip. It rolls perfectly over a couple of UPIS defenders as Diosa Perez able to score that one. Now here's Ayumi also. Saw a bit of action towards the end of set one. Now start. So 3-4 score for UPIS with their captain up to serve. Targeting also the bump, the set. FEU will send it over. Abad. Capus. That one creeps into the FEU side. Alicia Capus getting the break, or getting a couple of breaks on some hits. One off the block this time, getting a friendly bounce off the net. 5-3 score now. And the Balandra will check back out here. And Emil Givani will set for FEU Diliman. Givani sets the outside. The bump, Abad will send it over. Givani to the middle. And a soft touch, just enough for the conversion for Bernardine Boston. 18-year-old middle blocker for the Lady Baby Tamaraws, towering over everyone else here. And that one just missed the line for Diosa Perez. Now here's UPIS's Perez. This is Liza Perez serving for UPIS. Targeting also. They'll send it over. A chance for UPIS. Now that set going awry. No one really ready for that set. I think that was supposed to be a bit of a combination run for UPIS. You can see them communicating there. And we digress with Joe Iana Claire Bongo up to serve. Abad. The hit from Cuervo. I believe that's the first point for Natalie Cuervo in this one. You hear the roar from the UPIS side. The parents coming in full force here for the Fighting Maroons. Now here's Alicia Capus. Her team now up by 2 points, 7-5. The set to the outside also will find the line. Definitely a better showing here for the Fighting Maroons in set number 3. A tight one we're in for, at least to start off this third frame with Boston up to serve. She gets an ace. The towering Bernardine Boston getting an ace. 7-all score. Another good serve from Boston. Abad will get a swing. It's sent back. FE or UPIS juggles and it looks like a net touch was spotted by our second referee, Kim Yadao. That's going to be a net point for UPIS. So they'll stay ahead here, 8-7. Here's Natalie Cuervo. Great pass from Premailon. That hit goes out. Point will be awarded to UPIS now. They're back up by 2. After FEU Diliman scored a couple of straight points, UPIS gets 2 back. Givani will set the outside. It goes through the block for Ayumi also. Ayumi Chaela also on that point. As Givani will come back to the service line. Taui will pass that one straight to the FEU side and a quick reply. Just what you needed if you're FEU. Great connection between Givani and her middle blocker, Glejane Loreño. 9-all score now. As it's just an exchange of points at this point. One team scores a couple of straight points. The other responds in kind. To the outside, also, great dig from Taui. Perez, though, will send it over. Givani sets also. Taui, another pickup. But back to FEU here as Perez dots that one. A couple of highlight digs there from Yen Taui. But FEU Diliman just continuing to churn. 3 straight points for the Lady Baby Tamaraws. Tapos shanks the pass. And that one, UPIS catches a break. I think that second touch caught both FEU and UPIS off guard. You can see the expression on Nina Abad. Didn't expect that one to go to the other side. Neither did FEU. Givani bumps it. Perez off the block. Kept alive. Here comes FEU. Also, it's picked up. Great defense from Canonizado. Back and forth we go now. And that one, the left hand, but a net touch spotted. Sayang. It would have been a long rally. But Daniel Gian, our first referee, correctly spotting a net touch on a Fighting Maroon. As Ayumi also will be back to serve here for the Lady Baby Tamaraws. Taui pops it up. And that hit will convert for Alicia Capus. She's been on fire here in set number 3. Has been the catalyst of this UPIS offense. Tied at 11 now. Make a wish. 11-11 with number 11 to serve. That one set back. But Calio's block goes out. You can see just a lighter aura here from UPIS. Facing a team that's above them in the standings. Just trying to surprise people. Already have 3 wins here in season 88. They'll give up a chance ball here most likely. Givani, the back set. Fighting Maroons on transition. Capus tips it over. Nothing going. Givani will back set to Perez. And it bounces off a blocker. Point for FEU. 13-11 score now. Glejane Loreño will serve for the Lady Baby Tamaraws. Straight to Taui. Calio scratches it, gets blocked. And Alexa, or that's Bernardine Boston collecting the point. UPIS will call timeout. You see Coach Joan Bunag, her team has rattled off 3 straight points. Closer encounter here in set number 3 between FEU Diliman and UPIS. Glejane Loreño, she's listed as an outside hitter. Today, she's playing middle blocker for the Lady Baby Tamaraws. Straight to Taui. The bump. And Capos will send it over. Where does FEU go here? Boston kept alive. Great hands from Calio. Back to Boston though. And it sails out that hit. So Bernardine Boston will give up a point. She's asking for a touch though. Won't get it. Now here's Anya Calio, team captain for the Fighting Maroons, up to serve. The setup. Tapu sent back. But it sails out the block. So a point now for UPIS. 2 straight points for them. So a game of runs here. Short runs, but runs nonetheless from both teams. Neither team just able to pull away. Calio. Straight to the net though. UPIS just coming alive here. If anything, they're doing a much better job of executing on offense. Capus, the cut shot, too much cut. 15-13 lead. Now, Josa Andrea Perez up to serve. Capus on the reception. Cuervo denied at the net by Boston. A chance for FEU. They go to the outside. One blocker to beat for Claire Bongo. Joanna Claire Bongo on the score. So 2 straight points now for FEU. Their lead is back up to 3. High serve from Perez. Canonizado bumps it to Cuervo, and it's picked up behind her. As Diosa from behind, great dig from Abad, but an error from Perez. Point for FEU Diliman. That's 3 straight points for them now. So Josa Andrea Perez will continue to serve for FEU Diliman. Canonizado, the quick to Cuervo, read well by FEU. Over on 2 from Givani doesn't work. Another chance for the Lady Baby Tamaraos, and that one comes off the hands of a Fighting Maroon. Great thinking from Claire Bongo. Just swiping it off a blocker's hands. Again, the only starter playing this time for FEU Diliman is no starter playing for FEU Diliman in this set. Everyone getting their shine, getting their opportunity today for Coach Joan Bunag. Now this is Princess Sam Saluria, listed as a libero today, coming in as a serve specialist. So today, this is going to be Princess's first serve coming in for Diosa Perez. The setup to the middle, Boston, picked up by UPIS. Cap was on the counter attack. Saved by FEU. Great defense from Ayumi also. Perez, nice attack. The set to the middle. No connection though between Givani and Boston. Still a 5-point FEU lead. They pulled away. And now, how does UPIS respond? This was a close one. UPIS had a 3-point lead at one point. Now they're down by 5. And almost an ace, but a chance for UPIS. Can they capitalize? Capus, no. Givani calmly sets it outside. And that roll hit works for Joanna Claire Bongo. A 6-point FEU lead. And it looks like a timeout will be called by Jared Hobalde. Could be his final timeout of the game. So FEU Diliman, 5 points away from securing a sweep. They currently have a 6-point lead with Bongo at the service line. A bad pass is it straight to the waiting hands of Ayumi also. Great awareness, great athleticism from the outside spiker. Now here's Joanna Claire Bongo. Oh, Kapos and Abad didn't communicate there. Results in a shank pass, a chance. Also, send it over with the left hand. Another chance here for FEU. Their second try. A roll shot kept alive by UPIS. Looks like the Lady Baby Tamaros will get a fourth chance, and this time it works. A middle hit from Bernardine Boston. 21-14 the score. And Perez will come out now for UPIS. In goes Vin Lagradilla. Lady Baby Tamaras have taken control here in set number 3 after a solid start from UPIS. Coming back from a 3-point deficit. FEU now up big. Can build on it here as Boston scores again. Back-to-back points for the 18-year-old middle blocker. Puts them 2 points away from taking the match. Now here's Claire Bongo again, just continuing to serve well. Canonizado will set to Capus, and that time her tip works. You see Capus there falling right in front of the net, trying to balance herself, a bit of a tiptoe act, and trying not to cross the other side of the net for a violation. Works out for her. It stops the bleeding for UPIS. Do they have one big run in them here? The setup to the outside. Also with a sharp hit. Great pickup from Capus. Another chance here. Ayumi will swing again. Capus picks it up again, but no one there on the second touch. The setter and libero staring at each other, and Taoy and Canonizado. Some miscommunication on the UPIS side puts FEU Diliman at match point. Now here's Boston. The serve just outside. So this set continues. How long will it continue though? FEU up 8 with Cuervo at the service line. The setup, the hit from the back, and it works. The finisher coming from Princess Sam Saluria. A dominant win for the Lady Baby Tamarao, sealing this one in 3 sets, 25-11, 25-12, 25-16. FEU Diliman will stay ahead in the chase for a spot in the Final Four. In the girls' division, only Adamson and NUNS have secured their tickets to the next round. The other 3 teams, FEU Diliman, UST, and LaSalle Isabel, will have to fight to see who among them will join last year's finalists. A great win nonetheless here from Coach Joanne Bunag's team. Lady Baby Tamaraos looking good for a third consecutive Final Four appearance. They'll need a few more wins, but this one should help. A strong 3-set performance from the Diliman Lady Baby Tamaraos. As you'll see, the confirmation of our final scores 25-11, 25-10, 25-16. A closer third set. Lady Baby Tamaraos just had a great rhythm throughout and was able to seal this three-set win. A lot of great performances today for the Diliman Lady Baby Tamaraos, but this lady continued to top score for them. MJ Odiagbala was our player of the game. Just served terrifically today, had a lot of good attacks in the first set. Pretty much didn't scored on every attack that she scored or that she had. You see her there. MJ Odiagbala, 13 points, 3 blocks, 3 aces. A little bit of everything for the first year Lady Baby Tamarao. Congratulations to them, but that's just their second offering today in the girls division. When we come back, it'll be UE versus NUNS. Then later on, Adamson faces the Ateneo Blue Eagles. But that'll be it from me, Migs Flores, and for everyone behind the scenes here on the Signal TV and the Filipinos Live app. I want to thank you for joining us in UAAP Season 88. Legends start here.